Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this. Welcome back to another Stitch with me, and I don't see my project. Alright, just a second. Where is it? Oh no. Did my husband put it somewhere? Okay, it's not. Hang on a second. Okay, so I found this under my Christmas tree. Yes, I had a brief moment of panic because it was gone from my stitching table. And apparently Miss Stormy must have knocked it over. Thank goodness. It doesn't appear to be scratched anywhere. But it was just laying there on the Christmas tree. So, hope everybody's doing good. It's been a while since I've done this. I did film one day last week. I think it was Friday. But I didn't get a chance to upload it. So, it's just been a, I'm sure as a lot of you are going through, it's just kind of a crazy time. And I've had some really bad migraines. And then Parker, he's sick. Now, he's not like sick, thank goodness. But he has a croupy cough. And he just needs mommy's attention, if you know what I mean. So, thankfully, it doesn't seem to be anything really bad or serious. He just doesn't feel good and he's got a cough. And he's actually in there playing Mario right now. So, I said, I'm going to go in here and film my video. So we'll see how it goes. So if you hear him yelling at the TV or anything like that, he's playing his video game. And Stormy is over here to my left. She is messing with the Christmas tree and looks like she's chasing a shadow. So I never did. I put one ornament on the tree and she attacked it. So we never did decorate our tree. It's just sitting there empty. So I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm not going to take it down because I still want the tree up and have it up for Christmas. But there's just, she keeps climbing the tree and there's no way to keep her out of it for real. And we just hope that next year she has grown out of it and she doesn't try. So next year she'll get the spray bottle. This year I don't want to deal with it because she's so little and she's a kitten. I mean, she just jumped out of the tree. So, yeah, hopefully next year we can have our tree decorated. So, yeah, I didn't get to do Zoom on Saturday with Grace Notes because I had a migraine and Parker wasn't feeling well. We went to bed early. And then last night, I didn't do my live whip parade because I knew that Parker wasn't feeling well, so it wouldn't have worked out for me to go live because my plan was to go to my mom's and go over there. That way I don't have to worry so much about what's going on here, and I knew that he would need me home. And also it's easier with the pets if I'm at my mom's for something like a live, because I can't just like keep it on mute. I need to be able to talk to you guys. So, I will still do that. I just don't know when. So I hope everybody's doing well. This is kind of a crazy time of year. And it's a happy and sad time of year for a lot of people. I know myself. I am... oh, let me just interrupt and say I'm working on Dancer by Barbara Anna Designs in the 2021 Winter Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher Magazine. 32 count gray sparkle linen. And call for DMC. So I'm just doing some fill-in on this. I think this is what I was working on when I filmed my last one. And I haven't picked this up since. I have not really stitched all weekend. I think this is the first time I picked up my needle since Friday. So I could be wrong. I may have stitched a little bit. But maybe Friday night I did. But yeah, I don't think I stitched it all Saturday or Sunday. But I have been struggling with grief. Really miss my brother. So I know a lot of people are struggling with grief of loss of loved ones. So it is heightened at the holidays, I believe. So I'm just taking it one day at a time. And yeah, so Parker's been on break, and we've just been hanging out. We've watched a bunch of movies. We've been watching some of the Marvel stuff on Disney Plus. We started watching Hawkeye last night, so that was fun. And he's been playing Mario. If you hear that weird noise, that is Stormy squeaking because her and Mose are playing. So, yeah. I haven't had my booster shot yet. I'm scheduled to get my booster New Year's Eve weekend. So, I planned it to where I knew that my husband wouldn't be at work. That way, if I feel bad, then he's home to help me with Parker. So, he gets a 4-day weekend, New Year's Eve weekend. Because of the holiday falling on the weekend, his work is closed Friday and Monday. So, and then he gets his on Monday. So, we're not getting them at the same time. So, hopefully it'll work out. Which neither one of us got sick when we got our first vaccines. We just felt bad. We had some fatigue, body aches, but we didn't get sick like some people do. So, I wouldn't expect to get any worse than what we did before. And basically, we just wanted to lay around the house. So, it wasn't too bad. I am going to do the 12 for 12. 12 new starts for 2022 on the 31st. That's my plan. But I'm not doing 12 new starts. I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do 6 new starts and 6 whips. I'm going to alternate. So I want a new start at midnight. So to do that, I'll start with a whip. So 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 11 will be whips. And then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 will be new starts. So a lot of mine will probably be little starts because I don't have a huge fabric stash, so I can't just like pull any project. So I'm just going to work with what I've got and look at my stash and look at patterns that I do, I really want to stitch and just work from there. And there may be a couple Christmas ornaments or small things like that to start that I want to give out for next year. So I just want it to be fun. I don't want it to be stressful. But I do think it'll be a lot of fun. So I know Tracy's going to be doing it. Kiara's going to be doing it. So I don't know who else is going to be doing it, but I think it'll be fun. So let me add this. So I'm going to be doing a round robin with some ladies. So I am so behind on floss tube. I do not know if anyone has talked about it yet. There's 2 of them I'm doing. So I gotta reach across here and get my scissors. So I'm not going to mention it just yet because I've got to watch floss tube and see what everybody's saying. I don't want to be the first person to talk about it because I could get something wrong. I'm going to be a follower, not a leader. So, one of them, let me make sure it's the right color. One of the round robins is more of a modified round robin. We're not actually mailing the pattern. We are stitching it, but people are going to, from what I understand, people will be like making color changes and maybe design changes. I'm not sure. And then like you stitch it to their specifications for their part of the design. So it's kind of like, yeah, it's a modified round robin. Then the other one is a true round robin, but we're stitching different patterns. So there is, I will go ahead and kind of talk a little bit more about this because I'm a little bit more aware of this one. There is a series of patterns by Rosewood Manor. It's called Dreaming Of, and it's different flowers. So there's like Dreaming of Sunflowers, Dreaming of Mums, Dreaming of Roses, and they're all really pretty. So we have picked the one that we want. You didn't have to pick a different one. It's not like, we might all be doing different ones, but it's not like you had to. It was kind of like everybody was just picking. I'm going to move this so I can get drink coffee and not worry about spilling it, because I just made a huge spill before I started recording. Okay, I think we all picked different patterns, but not on purpose. It's just what we wanted. Or maybe some people didn't want to do the same thing. I don't know. I just picked the one that I really love the most. They're all really pretty in different ways, but tulips and daisies are my favorite flowers. But the tulips one I wasn't attracted to. I was attracted to the daisies. So I picked Dreaming of Daisies. And what we're going to do is we're all going to start it, our own pattern, and then we're going to mail it to each other. And we're going to stitch on different ones. So you're not stitching the same thing every time. You're actually going to be stitching different motifs every time. So it's super fun because we get to stitch on, I think there's like 6 or 8 of us. And a couple of ladies I don't know very well. So I'll get to know some new people. And it's just going to be a lot of fun because it's all different patterns, different counts of fabric, different floss. So instead of stitching the same thing over and over and over, we're stitching different things. So it's really exciting. I don't know whose idea this was. I was a late comer. I was added to the group late. So I don't know how it got started, but it sounds so fun. So I was like, yes, I want to do that. So yeah, I'm going to be doing Dreaming of Daisies. And I think we're going to mail it out in February. So that will probably be one of my New Year's Eve starts. I have to look and see. I have an idea for what fabric I want to use, but I have to test some of the floss colors to make sure that the floss will work. So that'd definitely be one of my starts. And I forgot to get my Advents to open them for y'all, so I'm sorry. I'm not showing my Advents. I have been opening them. There was 1 or 2 days I had to do double because I didn't get to it on those days with all of my moms. My mom had doctor appointments or tests Monday through Thursday last week. It was a really crazy week. And Monday she went, because I forgot I talked about this on the video I didn't upload. Monday, she went to the cardiologist and they did an EEG and they said that she needed to get a stress test before they could approve her for surgery to make sure she didn't have any new blockages. So, Thursday, she had her stress test. Oh yeah, my mom's been sick too. So, on top of these were regular doctor appointments. She also has been sick. She has a bad UTI, and she gets really sick with those. She's actually been hospitalized. If you don't know, when people, both senior citizens and people that already have illnesses get UTIs, it affects them, like, really badly. So, yeah, she has a really hard time with that, and I hope y'all don't mind me talking about that. I'm sorry if you do. So anyway, Thursday, already sick, she had to go in for this really long nuclear stress test. She was there for like 3 or 4 hours. Parker and I dropped her off, and then we picked her up. And the good news is, now we haven't gotten the official call from the cardiologist, but, you know, I went on my chart and read the results, and it looks like her stress test didn't show any new issues, and she's going to be approved for surgery. So it's kind of a bittersweet good news because she needs a surgery, but it's going to be really hard on her. So it's kind of like, you know, it's like saying, hey, this is going to be so painful and you're going to be miserable for a long time, but eventually you'll feel better. So, yeah. We really don't know what to expect with all this. I don't know what level of care she's going to need once it's over. So I am planning on starting back at school. The only issue is one of my classes, so far, I have not been able to get online. It is a class I'm going to have to actually go to campus. And it's a science class, so it has a lab. So Mondays, I'm going to be on campus almost the whole day while Parker's in school. So I have to make sure that I have care for her. I think I'm going to have enough time to come home between my lab and my classes. So that's good, but I just have to make sure she's going to be all right to be by herself on Mondays until I don't know what her recovery. I don't know if she's going to be in the hospital, at home, in rehab. I have no idea. So, and I really think that there's not really an answer for that until they see how she's doing after surgery, because everybody's different. I know a typical surgery that she's having spinal fusion. The typical surgery is, from what I've read online and everything, is a few days in the hospital, maybe 2 or 3 nights, and then they go home. So now one of my best friend's moms had that about a year or 2 ago, and she was in hospital for 11 days. She had complications with her diabetes. So everybody's different. You just don't know. So I'm having trouble seeing this. It's not the holes I'm having trouble seeing, like this way. So yeah, that's what's going on. Parker and I did see the new Spider-Man movie. It was so good. So good. He likes going to the movies. And our movie theater has those really nice seats now that, like, they're basically recliners. I mean, seriously, I would pay just to go nap. I'd be like, take my money. Matinee's like $8. Like, here's my $8. I'll get a 2-hour nap while he watches the movie. They were seriously comfortable. They were more comfortable than my recliner at my house. And they have those trays that you can put your food on. The only thing is you have assigned seats, so you have to, if you are one of the last people to buy tickets, you're like stuck in the middle of the aisle, which even with that, there's plenty of room to walk. And there was like a tall guy when we went, so, I kept hitting his feet, but it's his own daggone fault. He should have moved his feet up, because when somebody walked by me, I kind of like brought my knees up a little bit to move, and he was just like not doing that. And I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, but you got to move your feet up. You can't just be reclined back and like not let people by. But it was nice. They, the tickets aren't that expensive, but golly, the food is insane. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. But I will say this. Our theater switched over to where you just get your own drinks and popcorn. So, it's like free refills at least. I mean, it's still 10 times more expensive than what it costs at home for a drink and popcorn, but that is how they make their money. They don't make their money off the movies. We have a drive-in theater. Oh, I love it. I don't know if they're closed for the season or not. They do close in the wintertime for a few months. We haven't been there in a long time. When they first opened, I was pregnant with Parker and I was on bed rest. But I could go, I was on bed rest, but I was like, I could get up. I wasn't on total bed rest. So, like, we would go to the movies or, you know, I could get up and go through the house. And we actually went to the beach when I was, the doctor, he kind of was like, well, I had a team of doctors because I had a high-risk pregnancy, complicated pregnancy. So they were like, you can go, but just don't do anything. So I would just like walk out to the beach, you know, because we were really close. We were oceanside, and I don't know. I just tried to stay, like, not do a whole lot. So anyway, but I was put out of work and on bed rest, and I wasn't really supposed to do much. What did I do with my needle? I lost my needle. I have other ones, but I don't know where that one went. Oh, there it is. It's in my fabric. So anyway, that was one of the things we would do so that I could get out of the house. Is I would just have to get in the car, and it was only $5, I think, for a ticket back then to go to the drive-in. And the people who own the drive-in here, they come from a family that owns like cheeseburger diners, like that. It's actually called Cheeseburger House. And they make like diner food. So the concession stand food, they had popcorn and stuff, but their concession stand food was like cheeseburger, french fries, hot dogs. And they had like chili cheeseburger, bacon cheeseburger. It was real food. So you would, you know, we would go and get like a cheeseburger plate, and they had really good tea. So it was just something fun to do. And then when Parker was born, it was something we could do with him as a baby, because we would just put him in the car seat, and until he got wiggly, I would say until he was about maybe a year, a little over, maybe a year and a half old, is when we stopped being able to take him to the drive-in like that, because he just got too wiggly. But before, he would just go to sleep. We would drive there and he would sleep through the whole movie. And I would, you know, take him out and feed him and change him and everything in the car and rock him. And it was just something really easy to do when he was a baby. So after that, it was too hard for him to sit in the car and watch a movie. So I think we took him to see a couple kids movies, but it was just too hard for him to sit there. It wasn't fun for him. So, but they've had to go up on their prices quite a bit. It's not as cheap as it used to be. Of course, he's 11 years old, so if you can imagine the price difference in 11 years to stay open and be a viable business, but it's still really fun. So I don't know what they do now, but they used to, when you bought a tea, you would get it in a plastic cup that had their logo on it. And for years, all of our cups were drive-in movie cups. And then McDonald's kids meals, when Parker was about, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4, the kids meal toy was a Lego movie cup. And they actually did that twice. They did it for the first Lego movie, and then they did it for the Batman movie, and all of our cups were either drive-in movie theater cups or Lego cups from McDonald's. I mean, for years, that's what we had. It's so funny. We still don't have a proper set of glasses. So, with me babysitting all the time and all that, there was no reason to have glasses in the house. We just get plastic cups. I need to adjust my leg. I don't know how to do it all the time. I can't see. 24. Alright, so we were watching Hawkeye last night, and he was at Rockefeller Center, and it made me think about when I was in college. I dated a guy who was from Long Island. He was my college boyfriend. And so one Christmas I flew up there, and it was the New Year's Eve where for when it went from 1999 to the year 2000, and like everybody was losing their mind. So he lived out on Long Island, so we would take the train into the city during the day and go like around and do stuff, and it was so much fun because here I was, this country bumpkin. You know, I had never been anywhere other than like Myrtle Beach, or I went to Florida when I was little. So for me to do something like that was a big deal. And so we went to like Rockefeller Center, and we went to Central Park, and we went to the Metropolitan Museum of Modern Art. I think that's what it's called. No, not Metropolitan. The Met, and then there's MoMA. I don't know. You people who know, you can correct me. Anyway, so went to the Met. We rode the Staten Island Ferry to see the Statue of Liberty. Like, you could just drive by. So, and of course the Twin Towers were up then. So I have pictures of the Twin Towers from that ferry ride. We took the train down to Philadelphia and spent a couple of nights in Philly. His sister lived in Philly. Like, I don't know. I can't remember what that street's called. Is it South Street or something like that? Where all the cool shops and stuff were. And it was really close to the historic stuff. We had a lot of fun in Philly. But on actual New Year's, we did not go to the city because it was insane. We were there, the last day we were there was the 30th, and people were already camping out in Times Square. So it was really crazy. But yeah, I told her, I was like, I've been there. I've seen that tree. And of course, it's a different tree every year. But, yeah, that was a lot of fun. I didn't get to ice skate. I just watched the ice skaters. So, yeah, it was cool. And that boyfriend, let me tell you what, he was the worst. He probably watches my videos. Let me tell you what, there's people that watch these videos that I don't realize they watch them. So, I need to be careful what I say. Anyway, let me tell you what, this boyfriend, when people say, what's the worst gift you ever received? This is what I think of every time. Now, he had like a superiority complex because he was from Long Island and I was from the country or whatever. And he was not a good boyfriend. I'm just going to put it that way. But I was dumb. I was in love. And I was like, you know, it was my first real adult boyfriend. And I didn't know any better. So, he made good money. Like, he worked really good high-paying summer jobs. But, like, he never wanted to spend any money. He just wanted me to spend my money. So, for Christmas, I was like, we've been dating at least a year. Let's see. We lived together and everything. It was a serious relationship. But, I'm trying to think how long we've been together when he did this. I think we were already living together. So anyway, he gives me these gifts for Christmas. Yeah, baby.
I want to stay up.
What happens on the 26th?
There's a Christmas minute.
Oh.
Oh no, I don't want to waste my time not getting it.
Alright. Well, I'm almost done my video. So he
Mom, show the camera.
Don't be inappropriate. Okay, so he gave me these gifts. Let me tell you what these gifts were. The first gift, now, let me just tell you, the job he had in the summer, he made $75 an hour. Because he had these like crazy, he gives me, and it's not about the money. Okay, I just want to preface that. It's not about the money. It's about what he did. Because most of the years, Mike and I don't even get each other presents. You know, because I don't even care about that stuff. It was just what he did. So, he gives me a wooden box, kind of like a trinket box. And he gives me a Gap gift card for $20. Now, let me just say, I was a plus size girl, and in those days, I have no idea what they have now. Gap didn't sell anything in my size, and he didn't shop at the Gap, and I didn't shop at the Gap, and I was like, why did he give me a Gap gift card? And then the third thing he gave me was a Bob Ross painting kit. Well, that sounds cool, right? I like crafts, Bob Ross painting kit, but it has like a layer of dust on it. Like, completely covered in dust, like stuck to the plastic film. And I thought, I think he took this from his house. And the gift card, I was like, why did he give me a Gap gift card? And the trinket box, I was like, this looks like it's someone's trinket box. Not like it's from a store or whatever. Okay, so it turned out he didn't want to buy me anything for Christmas. So he goes through his house and he takes the Bob Ross painting kit from the game closet at his parents'. The trinket box was from his sister's bedroom, who she was away at college. And the Gap gift card was something his grandparents gave him, like to go buy, you know, I guess they wanted him to dress better, so they got him a Gap gift card. So that's what he gave me for Christmas. A stolen box, his parents' painting kit, and he re-gifted me the Gap gift card. And like I said, I couldn't buy anything Gap. I went and bought, I think I bought like a 3-pack of socks or something. Was like what I got with it. And I'm like, dude. He was like that. He was like, but let me tell you the best gift I ever got. The absolute best gift I've ever received in my life. It's in a frame in my house. It is a Post-it note, an orange Post-it note that has 2 hearts drawn on it. And it was on top of a Reese cup with a rubber band. And that, Parker made me that. I can't remember if it was like for Mother's Day, I think. Or it was either Christmas or Mother's Day. He took a Reese cup and he took a Post-it note and drew the hearts. And he put the rubber band around it and he gave it to me as a gift. And that was the most special thing I've ever got. And I framed the Post-it note so I'd never lose it. Yeah, so I'm hoping I can talk him into giving me a hug for Christmas. I know I've mentioned before, but he doesn't say I love you and he doesn't hug me. So I would love to get a hug for Christmas. I don't know if I can talk him into it. If I don't, I don't. But yeah. So that's the best and worst presents I ever received. And they weren't bad presents because of, like I said, it wasn't monetary reasons. It was just like, it was just so like, I would rather him just like have said, oh, you mean so much to me, than like steal something from his sister's room. Oh, goodness. Goodness gracious. Well, I hope y'all have a good week. I don't know when I'll be able to do another video. I have no idea what this week has in store for me. But I appreciate y'all, and I hope to do a floss tube later this week and get caught up. But we'll just see. I'm taking things one day at a time. So I hope everybody's doing well, and happy holidays to everybody. Bye.